Hey, what's going on? Chuck here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Google. Now, Google is like the elephant in the room when it comes to search engines. Everybody knows that. That's why the term Google or the name Google is ubiquitous with internet search. Everyone just says Google it. And that's because over 90% of people these days are using Google to find just about anything that they're looking for, especially local goods and services. And there's a search engine specifically for local businesses, and that's called Google Maps. And so the best way to market a business, whether it's a new one or an old one, is by far Google Maps in like 99% of the cases. And the reason that is not just because that's where everybody is looking, but it's because it's got all the information people need. And most likely you know exactly what I'm talking about, because if you're looking for like a local restaurant, for example, you type it in, you look at Google Maps, and you're looking at the reviews. You don't even read the names of the restaurants a lot of times before you're looking at the reviews, and you're looking for the ones that have the highest star ratings and the highest number of reviews. Because if you've got three options and one of them has 10 times as many reviews and a really good rating than the other ones, your brain just automatically assumes that's a safe choice. And that's a key word right there, safe. Humans hate uncertainty. They don't like risky things. And so when people are shopping for things, they're looking for the least risky option, because there's always a risk of spending money and not getting what you wanted, right? And so they're looking for the safest option, and reviews are what help them make that decision. And so if you're a business owner, a contractor, for example, and you're trying to get more customers, Google Maps is going to be one of your best friends. And all you got to do is be on Google Maps and get as many good reviews as you can. A question that I get asked all the time, though, is, I have a Google Maps listing or Google My Business listing, but it doesn't show up on the top. My competitors are showing up above me. And so then people go down the rabbit hole and they read about SEO, which is search engine optimization. They read about all these techniques, and then they get bogged down with all these technical details, and they think that they have to pull some kind of magic tricks to get their listing to show up on top. And while that may be partially true, because there's a lot of technical aspects to this stuff, which is why my marketing company exists in the first place, is because a lot of people would rather just pay us to figure it out than to figure it out on their own. There is a general rule of thumb that you can follow that will help you head in the right direction. And it goes hand in hand with everything that we do in our businesses. The core of any business is customer experience. We could do any kind of job, a good job, bad job, a medium job. If our customer has a good experience, if they're happy with us, then we're good. Even if the job is mediocre, if they're really happy with the transaction, then we're in good shape. And this translates directly to our marketing and Google. In our marketing, in everything that we do, in every single interaction our customers have with our companies, we want them to have the best experience possible. And so let's think about Google and its customers. Google is a search engine. Its customers are people who are searching for things online. And the reason why Google is the biggest search engine on the planet is because it's the best search engine on the planet and has been for a long time. So why is it the best search engine? It's because it provides people with the best search results. Since the beginning of Google, I remember back then, you had Yahoo, you had a bunch of different options. But as soon as I started using Google, I was like, oh, Google shows me the best results. Like other search engines, I'd have to type something in, I'd have to read through a bunch of stuff. But Google, it always knew exactly what I was looking for, and it put it right at the top of the page. And that's why everyone uses it now, because Google is really good at understanding what people are searching for and then connecting them with the website that they were looking for or the business that they were really looking for. So Google's main priority is to show people the best search results so that people will continue using Google for everything. And then Google can show them all sorts of stuff like advertisements and all the other hundreds of Google products that there are now, like Gmail and Google Docs and all that. Those things all became possible because people were using the Google search. So Google's main priority, show the best search results. So if we want to be on top of the search results, all we have to do is be the best search results for the people who are searching. And so let's back up to that situation where, hey, I'm on Google Maps, I've got some reviews, but my competitors are still beating me. I'm still way down here and they're way up here. Well, that's because Google is looking at them like they're a better search result than you. And that comes down to relevance. Like, how relevant is your business, your website, your Google Maps listing? How relevant is that to the particular search? You know, you might be a remodeling company and someone might search for a bathroom remodel, but if there's other websites out there that are Google looks at as more relevant to a bathroom remodel than you are, even though you do those, it's going to show them first. And Google's just basing this off of the information that we give it. Most of that info comes from your website. That's why websites are so important for this stuff, because if you want to show up on top for bathroom remodels, then you can put a whole bunch of information about bathroom remodels on your website, and Google's going to be like, oh man, this website has a lot more relevant information about bathroom remodels than all the others, so let's start showing that one. And that's one of the things, one of the variables that Google looks at to determine where to show you. Another variable is the age of your website. If there's two websites that are, everything is equal, but one of them's been around for 20 years and the other one's only been around for 2 months, Google's going to prioritize the one that's been around longer because it's a safer search result to show people. It's more likely that the company that's been around for 20 years is going to fulfill the needs of that person who's searching than the company that's only been around for 2 months. So when you start to think about these things this way, like what is in Google's best interest? Is it in Google's best interest to show my company instead of my competitors? If the answer is no, then it's not going to show you. And you can use your own brain to figure out what kind of things those are. And I'll give you a hint, it just all goes back to customer experience. If your website provides the best experience to your customers than anyone else's, eventually that thing is going to show up on top. And just to get your brain working, some of those things are, let's just use the bathroom remodel for an example. If you sell a lot of bathroom remodels, that means you're talking to a lot of homeowners who want to remodel their bathroom. You'll start to see patterns. They all have similar concerns. They all have similar questions. They all need to know what steps they need to take to be able to get their bathroom remodeled. All these things that line up and that are similar across the board, those are the things that you can put on your website to provide a better experience. When somebody lands on your site and they are shown what information to look for, the questions that they have are answered, and it's really, really clear what they need to do to get what they want, not only are they going to be able to move forward, but they're going to look at you like an expert. They're going to say, okay, this company has already helped me more than anyone else just by visiting their website. Oh, and it's really easy to contact them. I can call them, text them, email, I can fill out this contact form. You get to choose how people connect with you, but if you make it really easy and clear how to do that, that's going to provide them with a better experience. And over time, if you're providing a great experience, Google is going to notice those things because Google's watching everything that happens. Most websites out there have Google Analytics installed. Google Analytics is a plugin that allows you to see how many people are visiting your website, what pages they visit, what they click on, where they come from, how much time they spend. I might have already said that. You get to see all this stuff, and so if you get to see it, you bet your butt that Google's watching all that stuff very closely. And so just think about it for a second. You pull out your Android phone, Google phone. Google's watching everything that happens on that phone. You type in bathroom remodel contractor near me, search results pop up. Google Maps is right there at the top. You browse through and you click on the Google Maps profile that has the highest reviews. Google saw you click on that. It sees if you visit their website or if you call them. So let's say you visit their website. Google watches you go to their website. It watches what pages you go to, how far you scroll, when you pause at certain spots, what buttons you click on. It sees when you call somebody from their website or when you fill out their contact form. So let's say that you decide to fill out their contact form. Google saw your entire path to that point, and it knows who you are based off of a bunch of different things like your IP address, your phone, the Google account you're logged into, all of that kind of stuff. So let's say it watches you go through all of that and fill out the contact form. And then 2 months later, you go back to that profile and you leave a 5-star review for that company. Google watched that entire thing happen. And over time, when Google sees that kind of thing happen over and over again, Google is building a profile on you, and it's thinking, okay, this company is being found, it's getting customers, and it's making those customers happy. It's a safer choice to show on the search engines. Does that make sense? You know, I've been doing this marketing stuff for like 6 years. I've gone through this whole series of thought and mentalities about this stuff, and it's at this point where I see things very simply like this. If we can just align ourselves with Google's goals and make sure that our goals align, then we're going to be in good shape. And this doesn't discount all the technical things you can do with search engine optimization and advertising and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of marketers, they miss this concept. They're so hung up on all this technical jargon and stuff that they forget that they're serving customers and that Google's goal is to give customers the best search results. And you as a business owner, you know, maybe you do your own marketing, maybe you have someone else doing it. It's good for you to have this focus of customer experience and understand how this is working with Google and with pretty much any company that's going to advertise for you or show you. And most importantly, it can help you stay focused on what matters most, which is providing an amazing experience for your customers. If you can do that consistently, you're going to be on the rise, you're going to be successful. Just look at Amazon. You can go back and look at an interview with Jeff Bezos like 25 years ago or something, and he was saying the only thing we care about is customer experience. We prioritize that above everything else. Even if it means we're going to lose money on something, we prioritize customer experience. And look at where Amazon is now. I'm pretty sure Bezos is one of the richest dudes in the world, if not the richest. So hope that's helpful for you. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments section. If you like this video, hit the like button. It really helps my channel get seen by more people. And if you want to be alerted when I make more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.